Good afternoon. Good afternoon, all my dear students. Welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep once again, and I hope all of you are doing very well today, all my lovely students. So, today is Friday, and every Friday I discuss with you super hacks for quantitative aptitude, all my lovely students. And today is the fourth part of this mini series, my lovely students. In previous three part of this mini series, that is super hacks for quantitative aptitude, I have discussed with you how do we find out the square of any given number just by observation, my lovely student. We have discussed how do we find out square of a number specifically that ends with 5. We have discussed how do we find out square root of any perfect square just by observation. We have discussed cross method of multiplication of two digit and two three-digit number, and we have discussed how do we find out cube and cube root of a perfect cube number just by observation in previous three parts of this mini series. So first of all, those students who have not attended previous sessions of this mini series, then please go to YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep and go through all those sessions, my lovely student. And in continuation to the previous session, in this session also I'm going to discuss with you some more super hacks for quantitative aptitude. So please everyone listen to me very carefully and try to understand each super hacks for quantitative aptitude, all my dear students. Also, if you face any doubt, any query regarding the explanation of any concept, then do let me know. I try to clarify the concern of each student during the session only. हाँ जी अलीशा बच्चे सर टू स्टार्ट क्वांट प्रैक्टिस क्लास 6 to 10 कॉन्सेप्ट क्लियर होनी चाहिए. हाँ जी अलीशा बच्चे दिस इज नेसेसरी because in maximum BBA entrance examination you will see maximum quantitative aptitude questions are from elementary mathematics, that is math up to 10th level only. So we have to be Haji Alisha Bache, that's what I'm trying to tell you. So we have to be very clear about the we have to be very clear about our maths, that is up to 10th level only. All right. So this is necessary for quantitative aptitude section of every BBA entrance examination. All right. Chaliye, so let's start today's session, fourth part of our mini series that is based on super hacks for quantitative aptitude. Before starting the session, let's take a look on the ongoing events on BYJU'S Exam Prep, my dear students. So a champion course for CUCET 2022 has been launched on BYJU'S Exam Prep. So enroll for this batch as soon as possible without any delay. A BBA ranker course for 2022 for NPAT, SET BBA, GGS, IPU, CET, Christ University and St. Xavier exams has also been launched on BYJU'S Exam Prep. You can see the deliverables for this batch, my lovely students. So enroll for this batch as soon as possible if you are targeting these examinations. Free mega workshop on 30th January 1 p.m. on how to get into Indian Institute of Management directly after 12. So do join this workshop without any fail at 1 p.m. on 30th January. A score booster course for IPMAT and DUZ 2022 batch 3 has also been launched on BYJU'S Exam Prep. So enroll for this batch as soon as possible. Daily 4 p.m. logical reasoning special free sessions for BBA entrance exam 2022. Daily 2 p.m. GK special free sessions for BBA entrance exam 2022. Special classes for critical reasoning, grammar and reading comprehensions at 12:30 p.m. and daily quantitative ability free sessions for BBA entrance exam 2022 by myself, that is Ankur Tomar. So do join these sessions without any fail, all my lovely students. All right, chaliye. So let's start today's session, fourth part of our mini series that is based on super hex for quantitative aptitude, and specifically in today's session, my lovely students, I am going to discuss with you how do we multiply two digit, 3 digit or 4 digit number which are comparatively close to 10 raised to the power n or its multiples just by observation. That I am going to discuss with you in today's session in very detailed manner. So please everyone listen to me very carefully. All right, chaliye, so let's start today's session. So first of all, my dear student, we will discuss how do we multiply two numbers which are close to 10 raised to the power n and its multiples. For example, numbers which are close to 100, 200, 300, 400 and so on just by observation. So I am going to discuss the logic behind this technique in very detailed manner. Then I'll take some examples also. You just have to listen to me very carefully. You have to try to understand the logic behind this concept. ठीक है, और एक बार आपको concept clarity हो जाती है उसके बाद you just have to practice this method, my lovely students, on your own. ठीक है, practice is must for all these super hacks, क्योंकि जब तक आप practice नहीं करोगे तब तक आपको इस super hacks की clarity नहीं होगी. तो I request to all of you, please do practice all these super hacks, my lovely students. All right, चलिए, तो let's start today's session. So we are discussing how can we multiply two numbers just by observations which are close to 10 raised to the power n and its multiple. और इसमें first of all I'll discuss with you how do we multiply two numbers which are close to 100, that is 10 raised to the power 2. Am I clear? So my lovely students, how can we multiply two numbers just by observation which are close to 10 raised to the power 2? Please listen to me very carefully. चलिए, suppose we have to multiply 98 with 97. Am I clear? Suppose we have to multiply 98 with 97. So first of all, both numbers are close to 10 raised to the power 2, that is 100. So we will consider 100 as base, my lovely students. All right, chaliye. So 98 is how much less than 100? Minus 3. Am I minus 2? Am I clear? 97 is how much less than 100? Minus 3. ठीक है. What will be the first part of the multiplication? First part of the multiplication will be either 98 minus 3 or 97 minus 2, that is 95. ठीक है. And how do we calculate the second part of the multiplication or last two digits? By multiplying these two differences. So when we multiply minus 2 and minus 3, we will get 6. So what will be the second part or last two digits of the multiplication, my lovely student? 0, 6. So finally, what will be the product of 98 and 97? 9506. I am repeating once again. Please listen to me very carefully. So I am going to discuss with you. I am discussing with you how can we multiply two numbers that are close to 100, that is 10 raised to the power 2. So my lovely students, in this case, we will consider base as 100. Suppose we have to multiply 98 with 97. So first of all, we will check the difference of the given numbers from the base. In this case, base is 100. So 98 is how much less than 100? Minus 2. 97 is how much less than 100? Minus 3. So what will be the first part of the product? Either 98 minus 3 or 97 minus 2, that is 95. Am I clear? And how do we get the second part of the multiplication or last two digits of the multiplication? By multiplying minus 2 and minus 3. So minus 2 into minus 3 is 6, but please keep in mind, if base is 10 raised to the power 2, that is 100, in that case we will get last two digits of the product by multiplying these two differences. So when we multiply minus 2 and minus 3, what are the last two digits of the final product? 0, 6. So 98 into 97 is 9506. I'll take another example. Please listen to me very carefully. Suppose I have to multiply, my dear student, 92 with 91. Am I clear? So again 92 is how much less than 100? Minus 8. 91 is how much less than 100? Minus 9. So what will be the first part of the multiplication? Either 92 minus 9 or 91 minus 8. Both are same numbers. So 92 minus 9 or 91 minus 8 is 83. Am I clear? The first part of the multiplication is 83. How do we get the second part of the multiplication or last two digits of the multiplication? By multiplying these two differences. What is the product of minus 8 and minus 9? 72. So what is the product of 92 and 91? All my lovely students, 8372. ट्रस्ट मी, अगर आपको ये लॉजिक आता है, अगर आपको ये कॉन्सेप्ट आता है और आपने इसकी प्रैक्टिस की है, तो जस्ट बाय ऑब्जर्वेशन यू कैन फाइंड आउट द फाइनल प्रोडक्ट ऑफ सच नंबर्स माय डियर स्टूडेंट्स. सो प्लीज एवरीवन लिसन टू मी वेरी वेरी केयरफुली. लेट मी टेक सम मोर एग्जांपल. सपोज वी हैव टू मल्टीप्लाई 95 विद 88. So 95 is how much less than 100? Minus 5. 88 is how much less than 100? Minus 12. What will be the first part of the multiplication? Again, either 95 minus 12 or 88 minus 5, that is 83. How do we get the second part of the multiplication? In this, minus 5 into minus 12 is 160. But as I told you, if base is 100, that is 10 raised to the power 2. In that case, by multiplying these two differences, we will get the last two digits of the product. यहाँ पर minus 5 into minus 12 कितना है? 160. तो ये तो रहा है 60 लास्ट टू डिजिट्स, और ये वाला 1 ना एज ए कैरी यहाँ पर ऐड हो जाएगा. तो what will be the final product of 95 and 88? तो 83 plus 1 84, 8460. So 8460 will be the product of 95 and 88. Another example. Suppose we have to multiply 92 with 80. 92 with 80. So 92 is how much less than 100? Minus 8. 80 is how much less than 100? Minus 20. What will be the first part of the multiplication? Either 92 minus 20 or 80 minus 8, that is 72. How do we get the second part of the multiplication or last two digits? By multiplying these two differences. तो माइनस 8 इंटू माइनस 20 इज 160. और अभी मैंने बोला कि इनका मल्टीप्लीकेशन करने पर वी विल गेट द लास्ट टू डिजिट्स. तो ये वाली जो एक्स्ट्रा डिजिट है ये एज अ कैरी यहाँ पर चली जाती है. तो 72 प्लस 1 73. तो 7360 will be the final product of 92 and 80. All my lovely students, are you getting my point? What am I trying to say? So this is the way how can we multiply two numbers which are less than 100. ठीक है, यहाँ पर मैंने सारे examples ली when both numbers are less than 100. Now I discuss cases of when both numbers are more than 100, and third case when one number is less than 100 and another number is more than 100. I hope this concept is clear to all of you. So this is the way how can we multiply two numbers which are less than 100 and close to 100 just by observation, my lovely students. ठीक है, remaining numbers के लिए भी the process will remain same. I am going to discuss in very detailed manner. Please listen to me very very carefully. Suppose we have to multiply two numbers when both numbers are greater than 100. Suppose we have to multiply 107 with 108. ठीक है, again both numbers are close to 100, so we will consider 100 10 raised to the power as base. Am I clear? So 107 is how much more than 100? Plus 7. 108 is how much more than 100? Plus 8. So again, what will be the first part of the multiplication? Either 107 plus 8 or 108 plus 7, that is 115. Am I clear? And how do we get the second part of the multiplication? By multiplying these two differences. So 8 7 ja 56. 8 7 ja 56. So what will be the product of 107 and 108? 11556. Another example. Suppose we have to multiply 112 with 150. So 112 is how much more than 100? Plus 12. 115 how much more than 100? Plus 15. Again, what will be the first part of the multiplication? So either 112 plus 15 or 115 plus 12, that is 127. And what will be the second part of the multiplication? How do we get the second part of the multiplication? By multiplying these two differences. 15 into 12 is 180. But my dear student, as I told you, if base is 10 raised to the power 2 or its multiple, in that case, we will get the last two digits by multiplying these two differences. तो यहाँ पर 12 इंटू 15 180 था, तो लास्ट के टू डिजिट्स तो 80 हो गया, और ये जो एक्स्ट्रा डिजिट है ये एज अ कैरी ऐड हो जाएगी, एज आई हैव डिस्कस्ड विद यू इन प्रीवियस केस. So what will be the final product? 12880 is the final product of 112 and 115. Another example. Suppose I have to multiply 120 with 170. So 120 is how much more than 100 plus 20? 117 is how much more than 100 plus 70? So what will be the first part of the multiplication? 137. And what will be the second part of the multiplication? 20 into 17, that is 140, और ये वाला 1 यहाँ पे ऐसे कैरी चला जाएगा. तो फाइनल प्रोडक्ट इज 13840. फाइनल प्रोडक्ट इज 13840. So this is the way how do we multiply two numbers when both numbers are close to 100 and both numbers are greater than 100, my lovely students. Now I take one more case when one number is less than 100 while another number is more than 100. In that case, how can we find out the product of these two numbers just by observation? So please listen to me very, very carefully, and please Haji Harsha बच्चे, it's 8360. Oh, let me check. हर्षा बच्चे आप किसकी बात कर रहे हो? Let me check. हर्षा बच्चे आप किसकी बात कर रहे हो? हर्षा बच्चे 12 इंटू, अच्छा 12 5 जा 60 होगा. सॉरी, यू आर एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट. 12 5 जा 60 होगा ना. हाँ 12 5 जा 60. तो यहाँ पर तो लास्ट के टू डिजिट ही आएगी, तो 160 होगा ही नहीं, वो मैंने गलती कर दिया. तो आई थिंक 8360 will be the final product. Absolutely correct. 8360 will be the final product. Absolutely correct. मैंने 12 into 5 को 160 लिख दिया, वो 160 नहीं होगा, 60 होगा. तो 60 will be the last two digits. Thank you so much. तो लेट्स आई होप, चलिए, तो फर्स्ट केस हमने लिया व्हेन बोथ नंबर्स आर लेस देन 100. सेकेंड केस हमने लिया व्हेन बोथ नंबर्स आर मोर देन 100. And now I take third case when one number is more than 100 while another number is less than 100. In such cases, how do we find out the product of two numbers? Please listen to me, my lovely students. ठीक है? Suppose we have to multiply 96 with 109. ठीक है? Again, both numbers are close to 100, so we will take 100 or 10 raised to the power 2 as base. So 96 is how much less than 100? Minus 4. 109 is how much more than 100? Plus 9. Again, my lovely student, how do we find out the first part of the multiplication? So either 96 plus 9 or 109 minus 4. Again, both are equal in value. तो 96 प्लस 9 बोलोगे या 109 माइनस 4 बोलोगे, दोनों कितना हो गया हमारा 105. एम आई क्लियर? एंड हाउ डू वी गेट द सेकेंड पार्ट ऑफ द मल्टीप्लीकेशन? तो आई जस्ट टोल्ड यू we will get the second part of the multiplication or last two digits of the multiplication by multiplying these two differences. Now what is the product of minus 4 and plus 9? That is minus 36, which is not possible क्योंकि second part can never be negative. So how do we convert this negative part into positive, my lovely students? So we will take 100 carry from the 100 place. We will take 100 as a carry from the 100 place. So first of all, 105 becomes 104 and 100 minus 36 is 64. So what will be the final product of 96 and 109? 10464. Are you getting my point? What am I trying to say? I am repeating once again. Please listen to me very, very carefully. I am repeating once again. Please. हाजी देविका बच्चे, your question is, sir, will CUCET replace DU? No, there is nothing like that, Devika Bachi. CUCET will not going to replace DUJET. All right, Devika Bachi. I hope now this is clear to you. ठीक है, तो 96 multiplied with 109, तो 96 is how much less than 100? minus 4. 109 is how much more than 100? plus 9. So what will be the first part of the multiplication? Either 96 plus 9 or 109 minus 4, that is 105. And how do we get the second part of the multiplication or last two digits? By multiplying these two differences. But in this case, minus 4 into 9 is minus 36, which is not possible. Second part cannot be negative. So how do we convert this negative part into positive? So we will take 100 carry from the hundreds place, my lovely student. So 105 become 104 and 100 minus 36 is 64. So what will be the product of 96 and 109? 10464. Let me take another example. Suppose we have to multiply 85 with 110. Am I clear? So 85 is how much less than 100? minus 15. 110 is how much more than 100? plus 10. So what will be the first part of the multiplication? 95. And in this case, what will be the second part of the multiplication? So minus 15 into 10, that is minus 150. But again, second part can never be negative. So we will take, in this case, 200 carry from the 100 place. So 95 becomes 93 and 200 minus 150 is 50. So what will be the final product of 85 and 110? 9350. So this is the way, my lovely students, we can find out the product of two numbers which are close to 100. Either both number are greater than 100, both number are less than 100, or one number is less than 100 and another number is more than 100 just by observation. I hope this is clear to all of you. और अभी तक मैंने डिस्कस किया when both numbers are close to 100. ठीक है, अब इसी को हम कंटिन्यू करेंगे when both numbers are close to any multiple of 10 raised to the power 2. We are going to use the same process to find out the final product, my lovely students. So just listen to me very carefully. I hope this case is clear to all of you. चलिए, अब suppose करो we have to find out the product of two numbers which are close to 200. तो क्या changes होंगे हमारे process में? That I am going to discuss with you. Otherwise the process will remain same. ठीक है, चलिए. तो in this case we are going to calculate the product of two numbers which are close to 200, that is 2 into 10 raised to the power 2. Am I clear? For example, suppose we have to multiply 198 with 195. So both number are close to 200, my lovely students. So we will take 200 as a base. ठीक है, बिल्कुल सेम प्रोसेस हम यूज करने वाले हैं as we did in the previous case. जो changes होंगे that I am going to discuss with you specifically. So first of all, if we have to multiply 198 with 195, so both numbers are close to 200. So we will take base as 200. Now 198 is how much less than 200? minus 2. 195 is how much less than 200? minus 5. ठीक है, so what will be the first part of the multiplication? So first part of the multiplication will be either 198 minus 5 or 195 minus 2, that is 193 multiplied by 2. यहाँ पर 2 से मल्टीप्लाई क्यों कर रहे हैं? बिकॉज बेस इज 2 into 10 raised to the power 2 और 200. तो यहाँ से वी कैन कंक्लूड, माय लवली स्टूडेंट, की बेस अगर 300 होगा तो वी विल मल्टीप्लाई बाय 3. बेस अगर 400 होगा तो we will multiply by 4 and so on. All other process will remain same as we discussed in previous case. All right, चलिए. So what will be the second part of the multiplication? So how do we get second part or last two digits of the final product? By multiplying these two differences. So minus 2 into minus 5 is 10. So final answer is 38610. So 38610 is the final product of 198 and 195, my lovely students. Let me take another example. Suppose we have to multiply 190 with 185. Again, both numbers are close to 200. So 190 is how much less than 200? Minus 10. 185 is how much less than 200? Minus 15. So what will be the first part of the multiplication? 175 multiplied by 2. That is 350. Am I clear? And what will be the second part in this case? Second part of the multiplication in this case? So minus 10 into minus 15, that is 150. But as I told you, okay, by multiplying these two differences, we will get the last two digits of the product. तो ये वाली जो एक्स्ट्रा डिजिट है ये एज अ कैरी यहाँ पर ऐड हो जाती है, हमने लास्ट केस में भी किया था. तो what will be the final product? 35150. What will be the final product? 35150, my lovely student. Let me take another example. Suppose we have to multiply 207 with 212. ठीक है, इस बार हमने लेके चले when both numbers are more than 200. हाजी हर्षा बच्चे प्लीज एक्सप्लेन. हाजी हर्षा बच्चे 85 इंटू 110 में आपने कुछ नहीं करना था. यहां से आपको क्लैरिटी होगी, या मैं फिर से रिपीट कर देता हूँ. 85 इंटू 110, तो 85 इज हाउ मच लेस देन 100 माइनस 15. 110 is how much more than 100 plus 10. So what will be the first part of the multiplication? Either 85 plus 10 or 110 minus 15, that is 95. And how do we get the second part? By multiplying these two differences. So minus 15 into plus 10 is minus 150. But again, second part can never be negative. अब minus 150 को positive part में convert करने के लिए we will take 200 carry from the 100 place. तो 95 में से 2 कैरी लिया तो 95 becomes 93. Am I clear, my dear हर्षा बच्चे? और 200 minus 150 कितना होता है? 50. I hope now this is clear to you. I hope now this is clear to you. All right. तो 200 के केस में suppose we have to multiply 207 with 212. So 207 is how much more than 200 plus 7. 212 is how much more than 200 plus 12. So what will be the first part of the multiplication? 219 multiplied by 2, that is 438. How do we get the second part of the multiplication? By multiplying these two differences. So 12 7 ja 84. So what will be the final product of 207 and 212? 43884. Now I take one example when one number is less than 200 while another number is more than 200. Suppose we have to multiply 192 with 220. So 192 is how much less than 200? Minus 8. 220 is how much more than 200? Plus 20. So what will be the first part of the multiplication? 220 minus 12. 212 multiplied by 2. That is 424. And how do we get the second part of the multiplication? By multiplying these two differences. So minus 8 into plus 20 is minus 160 again, which is not possible. So how do we convert this negative part into positive? So we will take 200 carry from the 100 place. So 424 becomes 422 and 200 minus 160 is 40. So what will be the final product of 192 and 220? 42240. I hope now this is clear to you, my lovely students. हाजी निमिष बच्चे 2 इसलिए, हाजी हर्षा बच्चे 2 इसलिए because base is 2 into 10 raised to the power 2. Base is 200, so we will multiply it by 2. Similarly, both numbers are close to 300, that is 3 into 10 raised to the power 2. In that case, we will multiply by 3. If both numbers are close to 400, in that case, we will multiply by 4 and so on. I hope now this is clear to all of you, my lovely students, why I multiply by 2. Am I clear? इसी में let's take another case when both numbers are close to, ठीक है? Similarly, if we have to multiply, say 298 with 292. So my dear student, in this case, both numbers are close to 300. So we will consider 300 as base. Am I clear? In this case, both numbers are close to 300. So we will consider 300 as base. So 298 is how much less than 300? Minus 2. 292 is how much less than 300? Minus 8. So what will be the first part of the multiplication? 298 minus 8 or 290 minus 2, that is 290 multiplied by 3. Multiplied by 3. Why 3? Because in this case base is 300. Am I clear? And the other process will remain same. How do we get the second part of the multiplication? By multiplying these two differences. So minus 2 into minus 8 is 16. So what will be the final product of 298 and 292, my lovely students? 87016. 87016. I hope now this is clear to all of you. So this is the way, all my dear students, how can we multiply two numbers which are close to 100 or any multiples of 100, my lovely student. Okay? Now with the help of this method you can multiply any number which are close to any power of 10 raised to the power, and that is either both number are close to 10 raised to the power 2 or its multiple, or both number are close to 10 raised to the power 3 or its multiple. Let me take one example when both numbers are close to 10 raised to the power 3. So in this case, my lovely students, we will consider base as 1000. Am I clear? Suppose we have to multiply 998 with 993. So how can we multiply 998 with 993 just by observation in a fraction of second with the help of this technique, my lovely student? First of all, we will consider base as 1000, that is 10 raised to the power 3. Am I clear? Am I clear? So 998 is how much less than 1000? Minus 2. 993 is how much less than 1000? Minus 7. So what will be the first part of the multiplication? Again 998 minus 7 or 993 minus 2, that is 991. Am I clear? And how do we get the second part of the multiplication or last three digits? My dear student, please keep in mind, when base is 10 raised to the power 2 or its multiple, in that case we will get the last two digits by multiplying these two differences. And if base is 10 raised to the power 3 or its multiple, in that case we will get last three digits by multiplying these two differences. So when we multiply minus 2 and minus 7, so what are the last three digits of the final product? 014. Are you getting my point? What am I trying to say? So what will be the final product of 998 and 993? 991014. Let me take another example. Suppose we have to multiply 1012 with 1016. So 1012 is how much more than 1012? 1016 how much more than 1016? So what will be the first part of the multiplication? 1028. And how do we get the second part of the multiplication or last three digits of the final product? By multiplying these two differences. So plus 12 into plus 16 is 192. So what will be the final product of 1012 and 1016, my lovely student? 1028192. 1028192. Are you getting my point? What am I trying to say? So you can see yourself with the help of this technique, we can very easily multiply two numbers which are close to 10 raised to the power n or its multiple. Let me take one more example. In case when both numbers are close to 10 raised to the power 3, that is 1000. So in this case both numbers are less than 1000. In this case both numbers are more than 1000. Let me take one more example when one number is less than 1000 while another number is more than 1000. Suppose we have to multiply 985 with 1008. So 985 is how much less than 1000? Minus 15. 1008 is how much more than 1000? Plus 8. So what will be the first part of the multiplication? So 985 plus 8 or 1008 minus 15, that is 993. And how do we get the second part of the multiplication or last three digits? By multiplying these two differences. But in this case minus 15 into 8 is minus 20, which is not possible. So how do we convert this negative part into positive? We will take carry from the 1000 place, my lovely student. So 993 becomes 992 and 1000 minus 120 is 880. So finally what will be the product of 985 and 1008? 992880. I hope now this is clear to you, my lovely student. So that's all for today. So in today's session specifically, I have discussed with you how do we multiply two numbers which are close to 10 raised to the power n or its multiple just by observation, my dear student. ठीक है, अगर मेथड आपको क्लियर है तो you just have to practice these techniques on your own and trust me, अगर आप इसको प्रैक्टिस बहुत अच्छे से करते हैं, अगर आप इस मेथड का यूज करते हैं, तो जो मल्टीप्लिकेशन वाला पार्ट है, मल्टीप्लिकेशन ऑफ एनी टू नंबर्स विच आर कंपेरेटिवली क्लोज टू 10 raised to the power n or its multiple, my lovely students, you can find out the product of such numbers in less than 10 seconds, my lovely student. All right, chaliye, so that's all for today. Thank you so much for your appreciation, and please do not forget to like and share this session as maximum as possible with your friends within your group. Also, do subscribe our YouTube channel for more such videos, my lovely students. Thank you so much. Also, you can see our star faculties, their profile, their teaching experience, and all these faculties going to mentor you in your all online sessions. Now I'll see you tomorrow, same timings, 3:30 p.m. on YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep. And in tomorrow's session, we are going to discuss, I think, fifth part of our mini series that is based on percentages. So please do join these sessions Thursday to Sunday, 3:30 p.m. on YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep without any fail. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself. All the best.